Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in today. Today we're going to learn how to do threading the needle. Threading the needle looks a lot like this. It's a POI spinning technique where you're weaving forward and backwards on a vertical plane right in front of you. So here's the vantage point that we want our audience to see is right here in front like this. And this technique also looks appealing from the side as well. Typically when you're doing spinning techniques, you want to give your audience the most flattering angle where they see the most action. In this case, it's straight on like this. Now, the threading the needle technique involves spinning at the same time in the same direction. Well, opposite directions really. One is going clockwise, the other one's going counterclockwise, but they're going down and out and up, down, out, and up like that. You can do this technique going upwards. However, I like to teach the direction I'm most comfortable doing, which is around, down, and out, just like this. So this technique called threading the needle involves you weaving your hands from where they're spinning from my fingertips in and out of each other just like this, forward and back. I'll show you from the side so you can see what's happening from the side angle like this. We're going to go ahead and mix, we're going to go ahead and mix up the two spins in and out of each other. It's kind of tricky and it looks as though it shouldn't be happening, but it does work just fine as long as you adhere to a couple of protocols and a couple of standards while you're spinning around these here poi. So to get started, you want to get your poi. You can start with maybe some stockings with some tennis balls inside, or some glow sticks on some string, maybe some shoelaces or something like that, or even just a dog chew toy that's got a ball on the end. Anything that has a weight at the end with some chains or string will work just fine for learning how to do this threading the needle technique. You're going to start by spinning them around and in front of each other, just like this. So the left hand will be going clockwise, the right hand will be going counterclockwise. And as you spin them just like this, you're going to go ahead and try to integrate them, moving closer together. Now, in order for you to not hit each other, you have to do an alternating split time like this. But for threading the needle to work, you can do this alternating split time, but it doesn't work nearly as well as if you're going at the same like this. And when you're doing this technique, the most important thing to focus on is the correct placement of one hand going into the pattern and the other one coming out of the pattern. So, my left hand is going to start by puncturing into the pattern. I'm bringing my hands closer together, so it goes in like that. And what you're going to do is make sure that one's slightly higher than the other and coming down. So whichever one is pushing through or threading the needle, so to speak, needs to start a little bit higher as this pattern is going down and in. So we want to follow that direction and make sure that our hands don't hit the other chain or the other string as we're doing it. So I'm going to start with the left hand and start a little bit higher than the right hand as I do this. I'll show you from the front angle like this right now. Boom. That's one pass just like that. Start by going in a little bit higher than the other hand. And you'll notice the other hand goes a little bit higher while the other one drops down in order to avoid getting hit by the hand. You don't want any collisions between the chain or the string and your arms at the same time, because that is called wrapping, my friends, and that's another video for another day. We'll work on wrapping at another time in the future. But threading the needle is relatively simple. It just looks very deceptive, and once you get used to the technique, it of course gets easier and easier. So from showing you from the side, we're going to start by puncturing forward, or threading the needle first with the left hand as we go in and bring it down, right down. And it really helps to get into the groove of it too. Once you get into the groove of it, it makes a lot more sense. We're essentially just weaving around each other and taking advantage of that one moment where we can put our arm wherever the string or the chain is not at that particular moment. And it looks delightfully deceptive to an audience. So there you have it, folks. Threading the needle, a standard poi technique. Maybe not standard for some folks, but it's one of the first ones I learned because I thought it looked really cool. And it doesn't look like it should be happening, but it does. And it's another thing you can add to your repertoire, or another thing you can teach yourself how to do. So we'll show you once again from this side now. I'm going to go down and in like this. We're going to just push through. And I hope you can see this okay enough. This is a little tricky to really articulate going in slow motion. You can't really go in slow motion when doing this technique, or a lot of poi spinning techniques, or even a lot of juggling techniques. There's a lot happening all at once, and it can be overwhelming. But if you break things down nice and easy to understand for yourself and take your time and be patient, you'll find yourself learning how to do a lot of this stuff in no time at all. Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. This has been my video on how to teach yourself how to do threading the needle with your poi. I hope it was informative. I hope it helped out some of y'all out there, or maybe inspire you to do some other things and learn new things with your circus and flow arts practice in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please check out my playlist section. I've been posting every single day for the year of 2021 and new circus and flow arts tutorials every single Sunday. I'm currently traveling on my way back to Cleveland from Atlantic City, where I just did some fire performances at a casino. I'm going to stop into Cleveland, visit an old friend, and then get back to sunshiny, God-loving Detroit to my wonderful girlfriend when she gets back home on Friday this next week here. So folks, that's where I leave you. Remember to never give up, to do your best, to stay true to you, and to be amazing, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see each other next time. Till then, my friends, bye-bye.